Hello, everybody. How are you doing today? My name is Tony Rizzano, and this is another episode of the world famous, the University Love, the best podcast in 3 galaxies. But ladies and gentlemen, you know we just call this show Online Marketing Moves, and we are coming to you live today. Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to pass off a quick message to you. Here's a tip from me to you. Whenever you do YouTube videos, no matter how bad you think they might be, no matter how annoyed you might be with the video, you might think, oh, this video sucks, or nobody's watching my videos. Never, ever, ever take your videos down. No matter what you think. Because there's always somebody that's going to watch them, you know? I haven't posted a YouTube video in quite some time, but some days, just like the other day, I got a new subscriber, and I was like, "Oh, that's cool, a new subscriber, huh?" I haven't uploaded a video in a while, but you know, a new subscriber, I'll take that. People watching the videos, I'll take that. I have no complaints. It's the same about podcasting and everything. Some days you will be, as we all know, everybody has a podcast. Everybody and their mother has a podcast. So when you're starting off, you're starting from the bottom. You know, you're in there with everybody else. You're swimming. You're in a school of fish. And so if you just keep uploading podcasts, it doesn't matter if it's every week, daily. Does not matter. If you do that, you'll start to see, one day you'll wake up and you'll see, oh man, I got like 200 downloads one day. You know, somebody found the podcast and they downloaded a lot of the episodes, or just a group of people started listening to the podcast that they already downloaded. You know, and so that always, when you see that kind of stuff, you're like, whoa, and you see what can happen. You know, you see the good side of this, of all this stuff. You know, and it's it just helps you keep going and keep going and keep going. And I never want you to feel discouraged about, hey man, I ain't getting no views. Hey man, ain't nobody listening. You know, like, you will find an audience. You know, you will find your audience. You will find your voice. You know, sometimes for some people it takes a while. Sometimes it don't take a while for people. It just depends. It's not a rhyme, it's not a reason, it's not a scientific method. You know, a lot of people don't have a big budget. You know, if you don't have a big budget, you're not gonna, you know, it's like, you know, I do this podcast and it's through Anchor or whatever, but it's not like I'm Joe Rogan. You know, they're not rolling out the red carpet for me. You know what I mean? I have to bring the noise. I have to bring the funk. You know, I have to do what I gotta do, and then eventually they'll be like, oh, let's Tony Rizzano, let's kiss his butt. You know, it's the same for you. You know, you're not Barack Obama and Bruce Springsteen. You know, you're not getting paid Meghan Markle and Prince Harry $25 million to record Once in a Blue Moon on a podcast platform. You know what I mean? Like, it's just the way it is, and it's not a big deal. It's no big deal, but it's just, whatever you do, don't delete your material. Don't delete your stuff. Now, listen. If you get an app or something like that, or once you get a big, and I don't mean, you don't have to be in the, it don't have to be in the millions and millions. It don't have to be that. But what you want is reception. What you want is receptive customers, you know. Eventually, that's what you want to find in whatever you're trying to do, you know. Listeners, you know. If we could all have the same kind of listeners that Howard Stern had, we would all be millionaires, you know what I mean? But, you know, it is what it is. But don't delete your stuff. That's the whole theme of this episode. Do not delete the videos. Do not delete the audio. Do not delete. Okay? So keep that in mind. The main thing is just keep, it doesn't matter how bad you think the video is. Shoot audio, shoot videos. If you got to practice. Man, one day I sat in a closet shooting a video for 2 straight hours. It was one of the worst videos you could ever see, but I just kept going, kept going. I got a little better with the video. I'm not a professional, not yet. I'm going to keep getting better. I'm not a professional with the podcast, not yet, but I keep getting better. The only thing that you can do, all this, positivity, all that, that's all good and well, but the main thing is you have to get into the ring and you have to get punched. And you have to go punch back, That's just the whole situation, And that's the gist of it. It's not, you don't have to be perfect, It's just like writing. I wrote this weekend. I had to re-edit I had to edit the thing. I wrote at first. I just wrote. I didn't, because at first I used to try to be perfect when it comes to the writing. Ain't no perfection, It's only one perfect person. That's the good Lord. But other than that, some people question him, so what can I tell you? But there's no such thing as perfection. You're never gonna start off perfect. Just go in, do what you need to do, and make it happen. You know what I mean? But don't delete your stuff. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for the podcast. We will be back tomorrow with the all new episode of Online Marketing Moves. Don't delete, okay? But until then, my name is Horizontal. Thank you for listening, and as always, everybody, peace. Rest in peace, Scott Hall.